I guess it's a family. What's going down, roundupers, real estate roundup homies? Oh my Lord, you guys. 200 comments roundup. Thank you for supporting your boy on my birthday, depending on what part of the country you're in. Birthday, I don't know where you're from, where you're at. Greetings, class, greetings. As we end out this year strong, right? We end out this year crazy strong. I want to pull you over as I continue to try to give to you. This is it. These are the last few master classes I'm going to do for the rest of the year, y'all. Roundup class, come on in tonight. I'm just going to give you the details of my private money masterclass, which will be tonight. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to cover, right? So you understand why it is so important. OMG, it's so important for you to understand. Oh man, Henry, I need to bring you on. That's the Realtor. They need to go ahead and bring her on. See if you, Henry, let me know if you're available. I'll send you a link. You can come on. Come on. I'm going to email you a link if you want to come on. I'm going to send you this link right here to your email address. Y'all can talk to the Realtor. She's right there. Tamika, I'm going to send you this link. If you want to come on and kind of chat with me, we can. We can talk about that deal. Roundup, what's going on is I will be doing my private money masterclass. I'm Kris Haskins. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship, right? So the crazy thing about my life, y'all, is before I took it for granted that I get the opportunity to wake up in the morning, right? And literally do whatever the hell I want to do, right? Well, but other than have to be husband, dad, dog, walker, all that stuff, provider. But I have to be my own boss. I kind of took it for granted till about 3 years ago, 2017. So I don't take it lightly anymore that you trust me to give you the most up-to-date and current information on how to bring you over to being a successful entrepreneur. So important, y'all. So tonight, I'm going to share with you why it's important for you to understand what in the hell private money is, right? What is it? And we're going to go over the prospectus real quickly, too. You got to have your prospectus. And here's the thing. I challenge with myself how much I need to boil down the words that I use, to boil them down, because I need to bring you up. The presentation is nothing but a prospectus, something that you give to your private lenders. And I'm giving you a discount. If you want to get my prospectus and my deed of trust, I'm going to give you a discount. It'll be 25% off. The coupon code is in the video description, right? So you can use that. Coupon code is money. It's going to be money. 25% off my private lending presentation. Below. There you go. All right. So check this out, Roundup. There are some things you got to understand. Private money. We borrow money without having to go to the banks. Let me show you what that looks like. So we just sold a house today, actually. So I'm going to bring you in. Let me show you what this looks like, Roundup. Pay very close attention. I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see this. It used to be called a HUD. Now it's called a disclosure statement. So this is I'm going to do a video this weekend. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see the full video breakdown as I show you the numbers on this deal. So here's our sales price here, $345. I'm sorry, sales price $345 right there. Okay, but I'm going to get to the private money, so bear with me. Sales price, that was a net what we got after all of the payoffs and everything. But here is the key right here, y'all. These are the mortgages that we had, right? Payoff first mortgage loan to create DC LLC was $103,000, right? We borrowed $100,000. I don't know how many months that was. Now what I had for me, you see unsecured loan payoff to Tidewater Enterprises. That's me. So I put 50,000 of my own money into this deal, right? Why do I do that? Because Roundup, here's the thing that I've learned. If you don't sacrifice and save and put money aside specifically for investing, how in the hell do you think somebody else is going to put up all the money for you? See, I very rarely go to all of my private investors and ask them to put up all of the money. I never say, oh, could you finance this whole thing? I'm here to tell you that a real boss and an owner, and as Damon Dash says, it's a real CEO. We put our money on the streets. Now, could I put it all out, bought this out with my cash? Yes. But I like to use my cash back for personal reasons. Like I'm trying to buy a house for my family. I got to go out there and pay big money. My wife wants a big old house. So this is going to be me. What's that line N5? I'll make it a little bit bigger if y'all can see that. So this is the disclosure statement. Payoff for the first mortgage is 103. Unsecured loan to me, I'm paying myself back. And then we had another unsecured loan here, line N6. This is another private lender that I use. Now, if you notice here, look, payoff to First American Bank custodian for the benefit of XYZ. This is one of my lenders' IRAs, okay? This is an IRA that we bought, a self-directed Roth IRA that we use to borrow money. Hold on, let me let Tamika know that. Tamika.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, give me a few seconds. You can hang out. I'm going over a few things on the HUD. I'm not going to go over
that.
No, yeah. So, hold on. I'll bring you in a minute. Mute that. So round up. That was a second that I borrowed. So we borrowed like 200. We borrowed 150,000 on this, without using my credit, without using my tax returns, my bank statements. They didn't even care about any of that stuff. Financial report. Round up. This is why. Let me tell you about the current climate out there with hard money. Hard money nowadays is almost like soft money, right? They want you to be able to have a credit score that will not only allow them to qualify you with that credit score, but they want you to refinance them out over time with that hard money. That's not what I'm talking about. Private money, you see, we do something called no payment loans. Look at this payments here. The interest was accruing. This 103, we do something called no payment loans. I borrowed 100,000 and we roll in on line N4. We roll in all of the interest. It accrues while we are holding the property, okay? You see the interest here on my lender number 2? We borrow 50 and we have to pay back 51,886, which is, I don't know, 8% what we're paying for these guys. Round up. So those are our lenders on this deal. And that 50 there, if you're just joining us, that 50 is that's my cash I put in to Tidewater Enterprises. I always give them a line item on the HUD when what am I doing? Oops. Sorry about that, y'all. When I bring money into closing, I get paid back outside of the proceeds, right? So if you make sure you're subscribed to the channel, this weekend I'll go over that whole disclosure statement. I'll show you the befores and after this house. Well, Tamika, the realtor, is actually here. She's going to show us how she brought this deal together. It was really cool how we closed this one out, man. Got it closed out and done. Another deal done. I want you to have access to private lenders. So you must have a presentation. If you go to the link below, use the coupon code MONEY. You get 25% off my private lending presentation, my private money. Let me change that. Private money. That should be private money presentation. Private money presentation, aka it is a prospectus. That prospectus is this right here. Round up. You get 25% off of it. And you can get my deed of trust and promissory note too. This is like 30 pages, right? Which is you're going to show to your prospective lenders when you sit down with them, round up. And I'm going to go over this whole thing on Thursday at 3 or 4. Thursday or 3 or 4. You tell me what's the best time for you. Is 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock better for y'all? I'm going to go over this whole prospectus and how we set up no payment loans. We don't make any payments on this stuff while we borrow our money. And we sit down with our prospective investors and show them how we do business. We go over this whole thing, right? I'm going to share this with you on Thursday. We're going to go over that together so you know 100% how to get out there in the marketplace and find, not only that, locate these private lenders and sit them down and show them how your process works, right? I just wanted to bring Tamika on because she was the realtor that helped close this deal. Tamika Henry, how you doing? You muted. Uh-oh. Can't unmute guests because they are muted themselves.
Okay. You hear me now?
Oh, man. Gotcha.
Got me? Okay.
Tamika
I lost
Henry.
my Wi-Fi. I went out for a second, but I'm back.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Tamika Henry, I got to tell you, once again, when I first met you, I could sense that you are a grinder.
Grinding. I feel a little sad right now. I closed on the house that you did over in Tapscott today, and I don't have another deal until January.
Hold up. We working on some other stuff. I mean, tell me how that one's going real quick. Then we get back to that.
Tapscott?
No, tell me how the one where you talked to the seller. I don't want to get too details on that with the one in Chesapeake.
Oh,
With the seller that's moving and we got to buy her house and buy her another house for her to move to.
She's so confusing. Oh,
Well,
no. Oh, you're talking about, oh, I know who you're talking about. No, not her. Sorry. My bad. No. I got so much going on, Chris. I got to keep everything straight.
Compartmentalizing is hard, isn't it?
Put it in there. But no, it's going well, actually. She found a couple of places that she liked, but she wants to keep looking.
All right, cool.
So hopefully soon.
All right, let me know when you need me. You know, I'm ready. I'm ready to play. You know, anyway, I'm good.
Yeah.
So roundup, we used private money on this deal. Tamika was the realtor that brought the buyer, and you saw that HUD there. Tell me how everything went regarding this. If you want to share with my roundup audience how everything went with closing.
Closing went great. We closed at 10:30 this morning, and we closed at Captain Law Group. They explained everything. They were extremely happy with the house. Had some friends moved in. It looked great. You guys did a great job. Had some friends help them move in. Sorry.
Okay.
But yeah.
Explain the logistics as this thing. You don't have to tell them where they were coming from, but this one a little unique regarding people relocating and moving company, coming and going.
Yes. So they are from Connecticut, active military, Navy, on a submarine, and they reached out to me in July. I am a Homes for Heroes affiliate, so that's how they got connected with me. And we started looking for homes in September. And everybody knows it's a seller's market, multiple offers on these homes, and that's pretty much.
Help my viewers understand what that means. The seller's market, multiple offers. Just give us a 40,000-foot view of how that is perceived, the current climate.
Okay, seller's market, basically, it's interest rates are low. A lot more buyers than sellers. Sellers don't want to put their house on the market right now, or they're not putting. Not as many sellers are putting their house on the market. Nope. For one thing, they can refinance at a lower interest rate and get their payments down. Like for instance, I saved $400. I refinanced this summer. I saved $400.
Wow.
Yeah, the COVID-19. Some people just kind of want to lay low. So basically, a multiple offer situation, when a nice house comes up for sale, like the one you guys did on Tapscott, you're going to get 6, 7, 14 offers on some of these homes. I'm talking about crazy. You got to come in. You got to be prepared to, don't go below asking price. You're going to set yourself up for failure on a decent, nice home like what you guys did for my clients. But
what we do, yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, what you do, yeah, you just do it all the time, doing it good.
Okay.
But yeah, multiple offers. Be prepared, people, if you're looking for a home. Now, that's the traditional way of doing it. So.
Well, that's what we sell to. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So, roundup, I want y'all to know that it's still bananas out there regarding retailing houses. And you can always get a discount. Matter of fact, well, we're still overpaying even for ugly stuff now. Even the one that Tamika is, you went to pick the lady up. You know what? You know how much I'm spending on that house?
How much?
185. Oh, you already know. She
Yeah,
told you,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
house
and
moved.
that's another thing too. The market. You're right. A lot of people are paying above asking price to get their offer accepted. I
And
don't
I'm
know
just,
how, but then you take the risk of having it not appraised. But the
yeah,
appraisals will
that's
start
true.
to come back. It's appraising for them. But every now and then I come across one where it doesn't appraise for it. So
Well, the
not too
appraisers
often.
know they can, I mean, their numbers are going to see that the market is trending upwards, correct?
Right, right. Yeah. So
Good.
yeah, it's crazy. What I appraised, there's another home back in June. I gave them a comparable market analysis, gave them a quote, but we didn't put the house up on the market until August, and it changed $20,000 from not quite 20, but it changed a lot. Put it that way. I think
From
I quoted them 185. Based on the comparables, about 185, and went back out to the house. Of course, they did some things. They had to replace the HVAC system. I mean, some things. But basically, we listed it for 200, and we got 205 for it.
nice, nice.
So
Was that a pretty house or an ugly house?
it was a very simple, small little Cape Cod. It was 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Like,
I mean, did it need any repairs?
no, not really.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, we're overpaying even for a house that needs 50,000. So it's like the market's kind of right now. It's
Mhm.
just not the time. I mean, anyway,
Mhm.
everybody's overpaying, even me. So,
Yep. Yep. That is correct.
well, Tamika, I'm going to do a full video on the one that we just closed, and if you don't mind coming back on later this week, and just so we can record that, so my rounduppers can kind of see how we put that all together.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm
All
down.
right. Thank you so much, Tamika. That's all I got for you. Let's stay in touch tomorrow.
Okay. I'm leaving. I'm going back to the other part,
Other part.
the live Facebook. So
Oh, okay. All right.
that's all
Ah,
right.
yeah, I'm
Wow.
done. Yep.
Okay.
Round up. So listen, the private money master class. Last one for the year. I'm done. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do my YouTube and internet marketing masterclass. Let me share with you. This is why I want you to do YouTube. Let me share my screen. I'm going to be doing YouTube next week. This is going to be for next week, right? Round up. Some of y'all, I know y'all need to see numbers and everything, right? I'm in the back office of my YouTube channel, right? Let me zoom in a little bit. So some of y'all need to see numbers. These are just the numbers that we're doing. This is for the last 3 weeks, right? So if this is not going to get you off your seat, round up. So we made 4,700 subscribers, of over 5,000 watch time, views, 250,000 views. The round up, I'm begging you. I want to show you and share with you how to make this internet work for you. And I know tonight we're talking about private money, but also we're talking about being entrepreneurs, y'all. This is just one income stream, okay? So this is YouTube. I'm going to be sharing with y'all how to put together a channel. I mean, just in a month, we can make $5,000, y'all. That's extra money. That's all extra money for you on top of your real estate business, on top of if you're an entrepreneur or something else, on top of your job, round up. So I know we're not here to talk about YouTube and internet, but I'm praying to you with that and stressing to you that 2020 and beyond, the internet is where the money is, and real estate, right? If you can put them both together, your life is going to be very, very good. So listen, guys. Oh, I'll do some Q&A. Thursday, either 3 or 4. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can see what time we're going to go live. I think it's going to be either 3, probably closer to 4, right? We'll do a 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I want you to learn how to raise private money. Private money has been one of the key skills that I learned back in 2010. I remember my first private lender was like 13,000. Then we got another one for 60. Then we got one for 100. Then we got one for 120. So This private money will change your life. See, the current climate out there is tax returns you got to turn in, credit score, bank statements you got to turn that in, you got to do an application, all that stuff. You don't have to do any of that stuff with private money. And with hard money, it's almost like soft money now. And hard money is so expensive. You're talking about 14 points, a high interest rate, 14% points to buy, extension fees, penalties. You got all these transaction fees, appraisals, we don't inspections, none of that stuff with private money, none of it. But it is an art form and a skill. You got to learn it. It's going to take some time. You're going to have to slow down. If you're anything like me, you're like, you want things to be now, 25 seconds or less. It's not how real estate works. You have to learn how to raise private money. It's going to take some time for you to sink it in your head, all right? Like it did for me. And learning how to raise private money, I would have to say is one of the single most important skills that I learned in 2010. Birch, money is what you make for your private. That's true. That's one of my. Birch, you around? I guess we could bring him on too. Why not? Candace, no, the prop stream. Okay, the giveaway. I'm having some trouble with these regulations. I promise you, giving away something has turned into a nightmare for me. I did not know that there were so many state, local, and federal guidelines. So I'm trying to figure it all out how to do it. I still have the credits for you. But I don't want to, they're saying I could lose my channel if I give it away. And it's just, but I'm working on that. I need to borrow money from Civic. I don't know what that is. Civic private lending is good. Not sure. All right. Have I tried Civic? No. Anytime you have a company that is a quote unquote private lending company or says they are, and they charge fees, let me tell you what I'm sick of. I'm sick of people trying to loan money to my people and charge them a bunch of fees up front. We got processing fees, research fees, you got appraisal fees, valuation fees, lending fee. I'm like, if anybody is going to charge you fees to raise money, they are not a private lender. Private lenders don't even care about fees. They don't even know about fees. Generally speaking, a private lender is somebody that doesn't even know about private lending. They don't even know what it is until you explain your system with your prospectus when you sit down with them. Make sure you download that in the video description below. You can use coupon code MONEY for 25% off. You turn them into a private money investor. They are not out there doing it, generally speaking. You're going to turn them into it. Kenny, I bought the presentation before, but I don't know where it is. Email me and I'll send you the link, my friend. 4 p.m. is better for you? Okay, what's better for y'all, 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? All right, how much did you have to put down to borrow the cash? Okay, let's get back to my HUD here. Not HUD. It's not even a HUD anymore, right? It's a, what is it? A disclosure statement. What is this? My daughter, y'all. Oh, good Lord. Here's the HUD. I didn't have to put anything down. I chose, who was this? All Right 38. All Right 38. I chose, here's the thing for me. In 5, this is my company. We're getting paid back the $50,000 that I put down. All Right 38. I choose to put $50,000 down because I want to, number one, get my money working for me. Here's the thing that wholesalers don't tell you. I know everybody's preaching this wholesale thing, wholesale, get rid of contracts, get in and out quick, right? What you do not learn, my roundup homies, and I love you, what you don't learn when you're just wholesaling is you never learn how to make your money make money. Let me repeat that. If you're just wholesaling, right, you're getting houses under contract and you're selling the contract, you never learn the skill of getting your money out on the streets and having it work for you to return more money to you. That's why, I do teach wholesaling, but you don't see me out there pushing wholesale, because at the end of the day, you don't learn how to get money working for you. Now, this is what I'm talking about when I say, remember our book, Can't Earn Your Way to Wealth, right? can't earn your way to wealthy. You have to get your money out there on the streets working for you. That's why you'll see on my HUDs, I want to put my money in the deal. Look, here's 50, here's 20, here's 30. Because the more money I put into it, the less interest I'm going to pay, right? And it teaches me, it gets that muscle working. Money out, money in. Remember last week, I'm just a money manager. I'm moving, good gosh, so much around. I'm just moving it around. Different houses, different locations, different IRAs, my IRA, my investor's IRA, my kid's college account, my wife's IRA. So much, so much. That's where you're going to get that muscle of moving money. Boom, boom, boom. Not just taking a piece of paper, selling it to a buyer and you're done. I'm not mad at that, but round up, I don't want that to be the only skill that you master. I promise you, if you want to only understand wholesaling, you're going to end up in trouble. But all right, 81, 80, 38, I didn't have to put any, I do stuff that needs to be done. I kept telling my daughter, she's like, Dad, what you got to do? I'm like, baby girl, I do shit that needs to get done. Not because I get told what to do. I do things that need to get done, right? That's my philosophy. This needs to be done. I need to put money, so that's how I look at it. All right. Yes, the boss puts up the money. What am I doing? Round up. If you got any questions, I don't mind answering them. I love hanging out with y'all. Sellers market. Fighter pilot, I'm buying after the crash. Good for you. Candace, I love you. Oh man, that's nice. I love you too. Thank you. No, it's not. It's not tonight. What crash? You crazy sacred place. Man, that is not happening. No, it's not tonight. Magical. How much is Private Money Masterclass? What's included with this class? Magical TPs. It's free. I'm going to just share with you Magical TPs. It's a free masterclass. It'll be this Thursday at 4 p.m. This Thursday, either 3 or 4. I haven't decided. Y'all tell me. I see somebody said 4, so it looks like I'm leaning towards 4. This Thursday, December the 10th. What's included? It's free. I'm going to teach you all about how I raise private money. And if you want to follow along, you can get my private money presentation, which you have to have. It's in the video description. This is how I do it. I got a presentation. I'm going to go over the whole thing. I'm going to show you what it looks like inside the class. So I don't want to leave anything as an unknown for you. I'm sick of it. People saying, well, you got to do this. No, I'm going to show it to you. If you want to invest in it, you can. I mean, it's a few $100, cost of a few tanks of gas. I try to make it so you guys, yes, you have to invest in yourself, but it doesn't break your bank, right? Yes, that's what's included. I'm going to cover all how to locate these people, what we say to them, how we set up the payments, how do we borrow it, all that stuff, right? Digital assets are here to stay. That's right, Gerald. That's right. Sacred Space March. I don't know what that is. Content's great. Thank you, Candace. Thank you. Crypto. I don't know what that. What we got here? Instagram. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing it on another platform. Matter of fact, my team we're looking at Zoom. So make sure you are. I'm going to be making a whole nother subscribe thing so we can get. It's going to be only for my people that have subscribed to my email thing. T Early Millionaire. Do I borrow money for buy and hold property? Absolutely. So what I do with that, same thing. What we do with that is we turn people's IRAs into banks. T Early Millionaire. And I'll talk to you about that too. I'll show you some of the people that I have on auto pay for my rental properties. I have small mortgages on them. You hear? Oh, you there, Birch? All right, let me send you that. I got one of my private investors right here, just to kind of share with you a little bit. I'll bring him in. He can talk to you about it. Let me know how you thought. Some of his thoughts on it. My name Birch. I just sent you the link. Y'all can meet one of our private investors, right? Always good to. Do I borrow money? Yes. So Thursday, I will show you how we set that up for your. How do you turn people's IRAs into banks? How do you build your own bank? T Early Millionaire. I like that. Be an early millionaire. Fighter Palette. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel, my friend. Regina, private lending. does private lending for first-time flipper, does this exist? Regina, let me tell you, Porte, I owe you an email too. Regina, what I don't want to happen is somebody take the knowledge that I'm going to give you Thursday, go out there and borrow ma and pa's money on your first flip, go out there and mess it all up, right? If you're putting down $20,000, $30,000 of your own money and gonna mess it up along with them, I'm cool with that. But if you are gonna borrow money and have all of ma and pa's money on that, Regina, and have them, say if your purchase price is 100 and you got to put 50 in it, and you borrow 150 from ma and pa, and then something happens to the deal and you lose their money, I don't want you to do that. If you borrow, if your purchase price is 100 and you have 50 in repairs and you put up your own 30 or 40, I wouldn't be mad at that because you have enough skin in the game, so to speak. How you doing, Chris? Brother Chris.
Brother Haskins, what's going on?
I see you smiling, which you don't do. I mean, you do smile, but not as frequently as I do. I see everything went well today, my friend.
It sure did. It sure did. Yep.
Chris, thank you for investing with us. I appreciate you for trusting in and believing in our operation, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt. I mean, you and I go back, many years now, but like, I don't know the best way to explain it to someone who is considering being a private money investor. But if you're doing something as simple as this, where I mean, the only thing I ever saw was your prospectus, which we're going to share with your roundup. I saw the prospectus. You and I talked about it. You sent me like a quick little, 10 or 15 photos. And you're like, look, here's the deal. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And I'm like, great, wonderful. And shoot, I don't think it's been 5 months now that this whole deal transacted. Your whole team did the work. And, I funded part of this deal. And, less than 5 months later, we sold the house. And I mean, the house never even went on market.
Yeah, something, right?
Yeah.
So, Chris, tell me about how you feel. I want to know about your comfort level in doing business with me. Generally, I never asked you that. I don't want to hold nothing back, because, and I want you to know. Tell my people about just your comfort. How you at nighttime? How do you feel? 100,000 is a lot of money for some people. That could be their entire life savings.
So no, no, certainly. $100,000 is a lot of money, but if you talk to Chris, if you talk to people he has dealt with, which I have done, and I'm one of Chris's followers that he questioned. I questioned some of the stuff that Chris was doing, and it was not from a negative, but I wanted to understand, how do you do this transaction? And I know your course that you're promoting today is more about private money, but it's the authenticity of the person that you're working with. Have they already done this? Have they been vetted? And there's so many different things that all of us need to calculate. But I don't even think it was barely, Chris. It was probably a couple months before you and I did our first transaction together, because you can read a person. You can understand it's authentic. They know what they're doing. They've already done it. They know how not to do it. So why would I not put that I don't want to say minor, but why would I not put an investment into a strategy that has already been proven? You've been doing this since what, 2004? So like, you've already done all. I mean, you already had all the hiccups. You already had all of the I'm not sure, and I don't know what to do right now. I'm going to vet the information, but you've already experienced all that stuff. So why would you not vet that information that someone like you has already shared with all of us?
Nice. So I want my rounduppers to know, if I were to mess up, Chris, I know you do business with other people. We talk about some of the other transactions. I'm not going to put your business out there.
Right.
We can laugh at it together, including, I got bad deals too. Yep. If I were to disappear, mess up, or get struck by lightning, Chris, does that concern you?
Not at all. And the only reason why I will say it not at all is because, as you showed just a little while ago, on the HUD statement, my LLC is listed as first position. And what that means is, because I'm a private money investor, I invest in Chris Haskins and his company or his investments.
My team.
I don't care if, and this is years of learning how to do it. Right? It's not hard, but it's not easy to explain. So let's say Chris Haskins, he thought it was a good deal. He sold Chris Birch and his entity a wonderful project, and a couple months from now, it didn't work out that well. His contractor bailed out. Maybe he went and got a bank loan, a traditional loan. For me, I'm listed on the HUD statement, which is the document that every real estate transaction corresponds with. I am listed as first position. And first position is so important because no matter if Chris forecloses, meaning that Chris does not pay whatever debt he created, no matter if a bank comes in and says, wow, we had a lien against another property and we found out Chris Haskins owns this other property. And there's so many different scenarios. No matter what happens, it's paid first. It doesn't matter if it's a tax lien, a water lien. There's so many different scenarios, but because I am listed as first position on the HUD, there is no way that I will not be cashed out by this transaction.
Yep, Roundup. I want you to understand, Chris doesn't care.
No.
I remember I was showing him some stuff. He's like, most lenders don't even care. They're like, look, man. When you go to, I go above and beyond because I know I want people to know that. Listen, like it's kind of like when you're checking out of Walmart with the bags or from the store, and you want to show. I'm like, every time I try to show them my receipt, they're like, I don't even want to see it. The more you show, people are like, man, why you? I don't even care. Why are you showing me all this stuff?
Yep.
So if Chris's thing, all of our investors, there is no, they win either way. If we pay them off, they win. If I don't pay them off, they're foreclosed and win. They take the house back and sell it. So it's not about them winning or losing. It's which way they're going to win first.
Right. No, but Chris, I will honestly say to you as a friend, it was so simple. I personally, you showed me a video or a walkthrough of the property, right?
That's something new I'm doing too. And now that we're COVID and stuff, I'm kind of doing that video for my investors.
Yeah. So you sent me the address. You told me what your purchase price was. You showed me your deal and what you thought you might invest. And of course, we all know as investors, our investment estimate is never what it's going to be. Mm-hmm. I'm sure we're over budget, but for a private money investor, I don't really care because I'm actually earning the same percentage on the money that I lent, no matter if it took you 2 months or 4 months or 10 months or a year. Yes, I want it to be a good deal, but at the same time, the longer it takes Chris or his partners, it actually benefits a private investor.
Yep. The longer we hold the money, which is why we want to get out of these things as fast as possible, rounduppers.
Yep. And fortunate, I'll tell you, Roundup family, that fortunate for Chris and his partner, they actually got in and out of this deal in 5 months or barely 5 months. You guys never even had to list the property and sold it, and literally sold it before we did a photo shoot. And It's like, oh my goodness. So without promoting your course, go
ahead, give me a plug.
Yeah, without sounding like I'm promoting your course, you can actually put up your money, whether it be your personal private money or your IRA or a 401k, self-directed 401k. You could actually put up your private money in an investment that's going to pay you. This deal was 8%.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to pay 8%. You're going to receive 8%, either self-directed, tax deferred into your IRA, or however you do the deal. Like, I've never been there. I never saw the project. I saw pictures, and Chris and I, we would have loved to meet up and hang out and whatever. But I don't know. Like, I posted on Facebook tonight. We did a great deal. It was wonderful. Thanks to Chris Haskins. We paid, he paid us a percentage, back to our investment. But I never been there. I've never gone to the project.
I think that's important. How your money. I was thinking as I was preparing for this, we have some mutual friends, some heavy hitters, and we're trying to talk them into investing privately.
Yeah.
The thing is, you spent 0 time on this thing.
None.
I think that's important because you can multiply 0 times. You with me? I mean, you can multiply that times the infinite as opposed to taking hours and hours and doing something. It's about how you made that money.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, so I will say, and I've heard people say this before, it is boring as can be.
Wealth.
Because you're not there.
Wealth is boring.
Yeah. Wealth is boring as can be. But if I can explain to someone that's watching tonight, if you can put a little bit of something there and never think about it, and understand that someone like a Chris Haskins is going to treat your investment with the utmost integrity.
That's right.
I mean, why wouldn't you do that? I mean, I'm not telling you to take your life savings or take your personal savings, but a little chunk or a little bit, if you vet it to someone who knows what they're doing with it, and you don't have to think about it. Why in the world would you not do that?
I do the same thing. I mean, I we both know the business, Chris. I mean, you're an investor. I even have some of my money that goes out to other investors too, of myself directed, because I can't personally spend it on me. So,
right.
Yeah, I think it's a mindset. I was talking earlier about everybody wants to wholesale. And that's literally, if all you learn how to do is take paper and move it around, you never learn how to get your money working for you, which is what you did on this deal.
Yeah. I mean, probably with a wholesale deal, I would make more money per transaction.
Oh, yeah.
But I have to keep doing those transactions. Yeah. I'm never going to be ahead of myself. Mm-hmm. I have to do the next deal, the next deal, the next deal, the next deal. And working with someone like Chris Haskins is, well, all right, we closed the deal today. My initial question, I haven't even talked to you yet.
Yeah,
where do we point the same capital to the next deal to do it again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple things, but yeah, I just, Chris, it's a pleasure working with you, man. And you easy to work with too. You're not breathing down my neck. I mean, it's like really, our lenders want us to hold on to the money as long as possible. So
yeah, no, I mean, congrats to the people that sign up for your course, man. I mean, I'm proven. I never questioned Chris. He and I have done a lot of stuff together, but think about it, that you can actually put your IRA, your 401k, whatever private money you might have or don't know what to do with, into a potential real estate deal.
Or somebody else's.
Or someone else's. Yeah, shoot.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, if you got questions, I don't know if you guys have questions for one of my private investors, put it in the box. I don't know if Chris will be around Thursday or not. How was my birthday? Thank you for asking, Nia. Thank you, Chris.
Oh, dude. Yeah, Chris. Dude, you and I talk so much. I have never had the opportunity until now to wish you a happy 45th birthday.
I know, man.
Man.
When we talk, it's like, okay, write the money. That's a good. Just that. All right.
Right.
So thank you, Nia, for asking. That is so nice of you to do that. Yes, that was really cool. 5504 Darling, is the class live or is there a link? No, the class is free. Make sure you hit the bell to my channel so you'll be notified. It'll be Thursday between 3 or 4 o'clock. But if you want the prospectus, you might as well download it now. It'll be on sale until Thursday.
Yeah.
JD Investments. I own a flooring, roofing, painting house. Okay, good. I have my first deal under contract and I want to work with me, but I'm out of Dallas. Email it over. Let me see how I can help you, my friend.
Yeah. I mean, a deal, excuse me. A deal is a deal, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
As long as you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Matt, was my $50,000 in the deal considered my down payment or additional investment? Here's the thing. When I ask people like Chris to come in, I am so sure and positive of the deals that I'm doing. I am willing to bring a bunch of my own money in there.
Yeah.
Hence, I can attract the Chris Birches of the world. They're like, "You willing to put 50,000 in yourself? Oh shit, why not?
Right.
Why not?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I guess I'd like to ask Chris, which investment would you prefer? A borrower or an investor that's asking you to put all the money in, or an investor that is bringing his own capital to make the deal work, Chris?
I mean, so for me, from my experience, the one thing that I have learned is a hard money deal or a traditional bank deal still wants you in the deal a certain percent, right? So a hard money lender is going to say, using raw numbers, let's say it's $100,000 that you're looking for to rehab the property. The hard money person is going to want you in the deal between 70 and 80%, which is $70,000 or $80,000. But if you're trying to go into a deal with a traditional lender, a bank, they're going to want you to be around 60 or 65%, which is lower than a hard money person. The hard money person is going to charge you points on top of the interest they're going to charge you. So for me, from a hard money lender and a hard money borrower, it makes from a hard money, from a person that is willing to invest private money and a person that is going to be willing to receive private money, there's a drastic difference between the two.
Oh man,
So
night and day.
So a traditional lender, as I said, a traditional lender is going to be somewhere around 65 to 75% loan to value. A hard money is going to be around 80% or maybe even higher, and they're going to charge you points. So to answer that question, yes, I think that for the right deal, a lot of the private money is going to be more beneficial for the person that's going to invest as well as the person who's going to borrow.
Mm-hmm. I just do it because frankly, I'm going to get my own money working too. I mean, I love giving other people money too, but I mean, if I could when everybody makes money is best for me. And I got to, Chris, man, I really think I'm standing by this. Until you learn how to invest your own money, for me, it just didn't. Until I invested my own money, no one wanted to invest with me. I mean, I just don't know why. I don't know why that happened.
Yeah.
When I was always asking for everybody to finance 100% of my stuff, nobody wanted to work with me. But when I started putting up my own money, it was like they wanted to work with me,
Yep.
So to answer your question, I guess, Matt, 50,000 considered the down payment. I just chose to put. I'm like, look, man, I want to put. I don't know. I wanted to put 50 in it. Wanted to get that money working. Kenny, I really need to raise private money. Well, you're lucky. Thursday, 4:00, we'll be coming on doing the class for you, my friend. Free is a hard concept. Yes, we don't do that. The chosen one. How does paying taxes work when renting to a tenant? You got to pay taxes on the money, my friend. Tyshawn Lamar, yes, the presentation is $249, my friend. If you get 25% off until Thursday, matter of fact, that discount will end Thursday, okay? Get a real job. I don't know what that is. 4 p.m., please. Okay, 4 p.m. We got 2 for that. Another one for 3 p.m. Define real job. Y'all messing with each other. Sacred. Chris, Warren Buffett says the same thing to Bill Gates. They had lunch and Bill was telling Warren what he's doing. Buffett says you did what needed to be done. Oh, okay. So how much do you need says, so how much do you need? I didn't know that other people said that too.
No.
Hester, we need to take the class again. Refresher. Okay, yeah, refresher. Yes. Hey, Hester. It's all even if you know this stuff, it's always good to be reminded. It's always good to be reminded from time to time. Everyday living. You're binge watching. Everyday living. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sacred space. Wait, so you're doing the same thing with an IRA as someone could with their insurance? Shit. Sorry, y'all. You're doing the same thing with the IRA that someone could do with their it's my wife. Hey, babe.
Hey, can you look on that thing for that little boy and see what size clothes he wears for the light?
Oh, you're not here?
No.
Oh, darn. Okay. All right. I'm on it. How much time do I have?
I can actually do
They going crazy in there. All right, give me what am I doing? I don't know what to do. Give me a minute. Let me just look in there. Give me a minute. All right. My wife. Sorry, y'all. We got 80 people on here. My wife. We got an angel tree. I gotta tell them. Chris, you're doing the same. You want to take this one, Chris? Let me go look for this angel tree thing.
Yep.
You good with this, right?
Do with insurance.
Can you do the same thing with the IRA as someone could do with their insurance if it has cash value? You just converted yours over, did you?
Yep, I did. So
Did it?
yeah, definitely. So you're asking this, so you're doing the same thing with the IRA as someone with their insurance if it has cash value. So for me, to explain in simple terms, your IRA or your 401k or your SEP, whatever it might be, there's a maximum allowable per year that you could actually contribute to each of those. So when you say, are you doing the same thing with the IRA someone could do with their insurance? Maybe. I'm not an insurance broker, so I really can't speak on the insurance. But
I think it's Joshua. He said 8. Oops.
Yep. Sorry. So with an insurance, I'm not sure. With the IRA, what I can tell you is there's a maximum allowable that I can contribute to my IRA, a maximum allowable to my SEP IRA. There's a maximum allowable to my 401k.
Yep.
And I can actually contribute, excuse me, I can actually invest those funds from either a 401k or a SEP or an IRA. I can actually invest those funds as long as I am not the person who's the worker bee in that entity. So aside from Chris's deal tonight, but let's say Chris said, I only need 25 grand more. And my personal 401k or my personal IRA had the equivalent in those funds. And I could say, you know what? At 8%, which is what Chris was offering, maybe I could fund his deal, whether it was for the garage rehab or the roof or whatever he wanted those funds for, because I'm not the investor. My retirement is going to invest in Chris Haskins' project, but I'm not going to be the boots on the ground doing that deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do that. I'm not sure about the insurance side of it, but from an IRA or a 401k perspective, you can totally do that.
So you're okay, if you're like doing a max, because I've been researching these insurance policies, Chris.
Okay.
And they actually are one step above the Roth stuff.
Okay.
Because they are earning interest when your money's in, like our accounts, our self-directed, they don't earn anything.
Right.
But the interest, these insurance policies, they do earn interest as the money's growing, right?
Wow.
And the book that I'm reading now is called matter of fact, one of my viewers, I can't know who sent it to me. He mailed me the book. It was called The And Asset. The And Asset. I read the book. But when you take the money out, you pay interest into the policy as opposed to the self-directed, what Chris and I are doing, self-directed 401k and IRA. It actually owns a part of the deal itself. It's like an entity. as opposed to the insurance policies, you're borrowing from it and paying back into it. They can both be lucrative.
Yep.
I just think with real estate, for me, it's like with real estate people, if you understand real estate, why not do, kind of the strategies that the real estate guys are doing, but the insurance, because what we're doing, if you had to be, man, I'm telling you, these insurance policies, you got to be sinking this money, because eventually you got all this capital in this insurance policy, you turn it into a bank, and then you pay interest to that policy. Crazy. Sacred space, I like those. Haven't done them yet, but they are viable for me. Round up. Make sure you download your prospectus. 25% off in the video description below. The link is there. The private money masterclass will be this Thursday, 4 p.m. Tamika, my problem, I have no experience. No one wants to take the risk. That's true. How do I change that? It's like needing experience to get a job, but no one will hire you. I think what mitigates that is having a down payment. But if you don't have that, then what? Let me tell you what my clients used to do when I was starting out. They would sit me down with their private investors, and we would close them out on the deal for one of my deals, and then eventually they would just use the money for their deal. So partner up, Tamika. I'm down to do that. Marquise Jihad. So you borrow on some of your subject to deals? You can. You can. Overcomer in Christ. For private money, do you share the property address when you are presenting? I heard of investors stealing the property. How do you know who to trust? I wouldn't worry about that. They ain't worried, man. If private investors usually are not out looking for houses. They're looking for people like you to loan money to.
Yep.
Last thing they want to do is pick up a project where they got to go manage contractors. Lorenzo, I'm tired of losing money from my Roth IRA. It's time to become a private money. Oh, man. There you go, brother.
Yeah. Chris, I'll tell you, the whole reason that I've researched private money and self-directed IRA is because my custodian in a traditional IRA, I was paying more in transaction fees than the profit that I was actually earning in my IRA.
Tell me about these transaction fees, Chris. I don't know too much about them.
So, from my experience, in a traditional IRA or traditional 401k or a SEP, whatever it might be, you basically you acquire a custodian, which is a firm that will manage your retirement, but they have transactional fees every time they buy or sell, whether it be a stock, share in a company, or whatever it might be, they charge a
transaction.
Fee. Right. There's a transaction fee.
In, out.
Yep. So when I self-directed, not only 2 years ago, but when I self-directed my IRA and my 401k, I pay an annual fee, but I do not pay a fee based on what I do within both my IRA or my 401k, because I'm actually the custodian of the IRA and the 401k, and I'm the trustee. So with that question, a lot of firms, they are only allowed to sell you what they're able to charge you a transaction fee.
That's what drives me up the wall.
Right. Right.
Drives me up the wall.
So as a private money investor, I Chris showed me this deal. I called him. I said, I'm interested. Send me more details. He sent me a couple of photos. I mean, no real details. But there was no transaction fee because in my self-directed IRA, in my self-directed 401k, I'm not paying to fund Chris, and I'm not going to pay to receive funds when I gain on the deal, or my IRA or 401k will not. But I'm actually able to manage that myself, and I only pay a one-time annual fee, which is a couple $100 at most. So by doing that, you don't absorb the cost of a traditional custodian, because even though I do have a self-directed 401k and a self-directed IRA, my my custodian technically is not really the custodian because I'm the person that manages my retirement.
Yeah, that's deep.
I pay a one-time fee.
Now, Chris took it. Your 401k is IRA on steroids.
Yep.
See, I don't trust myself. I don't want that checkbook. I'm like, I want to keep the money locked up in custodian.
True.
But see, you're an entrepreneur, so you got a little bit more experience being a business owner than I do.
Yeah.
Being able to allocate those funds. You have to be disciplined, would you say, Chris?
I don't think it, I mean, yeah, of course, discipline, yes. But no more discipline than understanding that your electric bill is this, your gas bill is that, your rent bill is that, your cost on good is that. To me, it's a no-brainer to me.
Well, you're not the average, you've been around the block a few times regarding like that checkbook is for investment purposes only, period. There is no
Correct.
alternative.
Yep, correct.
I'm just saying most of us, some of us don't have that discipline to say, I will not use, I'm just saying that's all.
No, but I mean, similar to your private money is it's the same, to me, it's the same muscle you use.
Yeah.
To say that I have the money here, I control it, and I'm the custodian of it. I'm also the trustee of it. And if I've already vetted Kris Haskins, I've already vetted the potential deal. If I'm guaranteed to be on the HUD, if I'm guaranteed to be paid off before anyone else, it makes perfect sense. It doesn't matter if it's 8% or 5% or 3%.
Secured.
Yep, exactly.
Secured. Listen, Roundup, go ahead and download my private money prospectus. It's in the video description. I got a crying baby. I'm sorry. I gotta get out of here.
Yep.
The private money masterclass looks like everybody wants 4 p.m. So 4 p.m. this Thursday, we will go over the prospectus, which is here. It's 30 pages. Go ahead and download it, get it so you can go over it with us in class. You get 25% off if you get it before Thursday. The discount will end Thursday night. Chris, thank you so much, my friend, for working with me.
No, definitely. I love it.
Yep. All right. Roundup, subscribe to the channel, like the content, and I'll share with anybody else that needs to understand how to buy a house without going to the bank and begging, getting on the floor. Your knees getting dirty, begging for a loan.
Yeah.
Okay. Peace, Roundup. I love you.